Greetings, family. This edition of Garveyism Versus will be dealing with Garveyism versus time on this edition of No Minutes. Let's start off with a quiz. Let's test your strength. Dealing with Pan-African ideologies, quips, and quotes. Do we believe that we should go back and fetch it? Do we believe in Sankofa? The symbol of wisdom, of learning from the past to build for the future? Do we believe in that? Give yourself 1 point if you do. Do you believe that we should always remember the past because therein lies the future, and if forgotten, we are destined to repeat it? If you believe that, give yourself another point. Moving forward, here we have another African proverb originating from the Igbo tribe, Uran Azunya, saying, it takes a village to raise a child. And in the Xhosa culture, it tells you, Ubuntu, I am because we are. If you believe in each of these things, give yourself 2 points. Do you believe that it takes many hands to make light work? That people can do things more quickly and easily when they work together? If you believe this, give yourself another point. You see on the right here the depictions, right? It also says, fun fact, that very ancient proverb known to both the Greeks and the Romans, they just sort of left out somebody. Hello, moving forward. Congratulations, you should have 5 full points. All right, good job. We understand Pan-Africanism and the things that bind us. Moving forward. Here is an article from Forbes magazine talking about the housing inequality due to racism in the U.S. In the Jim Crow South? No, the New York Times tells you it's Long Island today. Housing discrimination, what can you do about it? Realtors apologize for their role in racial discrimination. These articles are all with the 2019, 2020. So that means we are being targeted in the housing industry. Moving forward. The source of Black poverty isn't Black culture, it's American culture. Black poverty differs from white poverty. There's systematic inequality in America. And Black people are up to 6 times more likely to be killed by police, according to a 2020 Harvard study. Interesting. Moving forward, we see that African Americans are more likely to die at early ages due to what? All causes. That doesn't say we're more likely to die at an early age due to some causes. That says all causes. Look at this article here from the AAMC. How we fail Black patients in pain. Half of white medical trainees believe such myths as Black people have thicker skin or less sensitive nerve endings than white people. Let me read that again. In January 2020, half of white medical trainees believe such myths as Black people have thicker skin or less sensitive nerve endings. Next article says, why are more Black Americans dying of COVID-19? All right, another COVID death one, both of them in 2020, of course. There are clear race-based inequalities in health insurance and health outcomes. So if we are more likely to die in 2020, still, what are we doing about it? We just said that we believe in, let's go back. We said that we believe in Sankofa, right? Sankofa from the Ghana, Akan people. We believe in Oran Azunwa, talking about it takes a village to raise a child. I am because we are from the Xhosa. And we know it takes many hands to make light work. So my question is, when we see all of the facts that we are more likely to die at early ages from all causes, and the current medical industry believes that we have thicker skin and less sensitive nerve endings, it may behoove us that When things happen to us anywhere in the world, it had better be the business of us all. And we need to act as if it was possible to radically transform this world. And when do we do it, Sister Angela? All of the time. Not some of the time, not part of the time, but all of the time. Well, what do we mean radically transform the world? Well, when we see that we are dying at higher rates, we see that we are getting put into prison at higher rates, we are getting shot by police more higher rates, our poverty is at higher rates, our housing inequality is at higher rates. To radically transform the world, it means that we must transform these systems by doing what? Sankofa, going back to the past so we can build for the future. So what does that mean? Where do you place the survival of your race on your priority matrix? You see here, you got an action that you want to do first. If it's high importance and high urgency. If it's low importance but high urgency, you do it later. If it's high importance but low urgency, you could do that next. If it's low urgency and low importance, you just don't do it. So obviously, the most obvious answers to this is, in this red section up here, the most high importance and high urgency things that we have, we need to eat and sleep. In order to eat and sleep, you must have an income to eat, and you must have safe housing in order to sleep. Okay? So we know that those things are high importance and high urgency, right? So eating and sleeping and protection up here, that's there. So what's next? We got a part two now. There's 4 parts on the form here, and we know that we are dying at high rates and being mistreated in hospitals and being overpopulated in jail. Where do you place the survival of your race on your priority matrix? I don't want you to answer now. I want you to think about it. I didn't think about this. When in a loving relationship, nobody is ever busy. If they care, they will make time. Why? Because love is the single best thing that you could possibly experience in life. Let me say that again. Love is the single best thing that you could possibly experience in life. When it comes to love, you can't afford to be too busy. When it comes to love, you can't afford to be too distracted. And if you fail to make time for the things and the people that mean the most to you, maybe they don't mean as much to you as you might have initially thought. Now, that's a thing that actually does happen. One can't be faulted for how they feel, but one can be faulted for pretending to not be operating under these auspices. So what the question says here, is it a time management challenge or a self-management challenge? Like Brother President Maru always said, show me what you sacrifice for, and I will show you what you love. Going back to the other side, it says, when it comes to love, you can't afford to be too busy. Brother Maru also has a very excellent quote where he says, sacrifice hurt. And if it don't hurt, you're not making a sacrifice. So show me what you sacrifice for, and I'll show you what you love. Marcus Garvey tells us in the Philosophy and Opinions, shall we be exterminated? We now stand at the crossroads of human destiny. We are at a place where we must either step forward or either step back. If we go backwards, we die. If we go forward, it will be with the hope of what? A greater life. Those of us who have developed our minds scientifically are what? Compelled by duty to step out among the millions and convince them of the seriousness of the age in which we live. Time is running out, folks. We do not have time for divisiveness. We do not have time for individualism. We do not have time for opportunism. Obviously, we all must make time to eat and sleep. We all must make sure our families are able to eat and sleep. We must need to have an income and a domicile to make those two things happen. However, once we deal with those initial things, we must look out, like Mamie Till said, because when things happen to Negroes on other parts of the world, We must make those issues our problems so we can try to fix them universally because many hands make light work and we are compelled by duty to build. Sankofa, race first.
Africa with 400 million black people can do it. If you cannot do it, if you are not prepared to do it, then you will die. You race of cowards, you race of imbeciles, you race of good for nothing. If you cannot do what other men have done, what other nations have done, what other races have done, then you had better die.